Onegaishimasu. Hi, my women in New Zealand. Here's that footwork drill that we talked about. So first basic footwork drill, you're going to be in a sanshin stance with your knees bent. And what we're trying to do is roll back, roll the hip back, push off the floor and step forward. So my hip's going to come in toward the midline and then press back into the heel, which is going to propel my foot forward. The whole time I do this, I'm keeping my tanden tight and I'm releasing all the muscles in my legs, so the leg just kind of goes along for the ride. So it looks like this. And I can come back this way. I roll in and then smash my foot into the floor. It's almost like kicking the floor, just like that. When you first start, when you're warming up, make sure to go slowly and you must keep your tanden engaged so you don't knock your sacrum out. So we'll do like this on the other side. Press back. So again, I come toward the midline, push back into the floor. Okay, this side. Okay. After that, once you're warmed up a little bit, you can just walk in a straight line, pushing each time. So I bring the hip in the beginning, I'm going to exaggerate the movement, bring the hip in and then back this way. Bring the hip in and then back. Later, when I start getting the hang of it, I'm just going to keep going straight. So I'm going to try to take that big movement like this, coming in and out, and I'm going to make it smaller. So I'm just going to bring the hip back this way. Bringing the hip back. So I can go in a line. You really exaggerate, making a big movement. Okay? Later on, you're going to make that movement smaller and smaller, so it's going to look more like this. Using the breath with the motion. So the other movement that we talked about when we were in New Zealand is the movement from into the shikodachi positions. So this one, which is from Gekisai. Okay, imagine I was this point in Gekisai, and I'm going to step back to do my Gedanbarai this way. So basic drill for this, again, my knees are bent in sanshin. I'm going to step the foot back, okay, and turn my body. I'm staying low. I'm going to turn my body and my head facing that way. Okay? If I leave the head this way, it's a little bit more difficult. When I turn my head, my whole body is engaged all the way up, the sacrum all the way to the back of the neck. We're going to be in sanshin, knees bent. I'm going to step back, my knees bent, pull myself around using this area. And I'm going to keep my legs bent the whole time. So let's hit this. That way. Actually, that was advanced, don't do that. You're going to step back first and then turn this way. Okay? Step back, turn. Step back, turn. Okay, and I want to practice both sides. So I come again to this side, sanshin dachi, step back, my head faces that way as well. You'll get a lot more torque in your movement. Knees bent, step back. When I want to start graduating to the next level, instead of making it two movements, step, turn, I'm going to kind of start marrying them together so they're a little more fluid. So I'm going to have my knees in sanshin, I'm going to step. I like to alternate sides. Sanshin, step. Sanshin, step. Sanshin, step. Tummy really tight, you have to keep that engaged, you're going to hurt your back. The other one that we talked about was the turning movement, staying low in shikodachi. So when we start that movement, I'm going to line up my heels. I don't recommend staying really low in the beginning because it's more difficult. So keep your knees just slightly bent, and I'm just going to push and try and step back in a straight line. I'm really getting the energy from here. I'm sliding. My foot just goes along for the ride, so it's just kind of sliding along the floor. And I imagine my whole body, my whole spinal column is like a door, opening and closing, and the energy comes from here. So I go back, forward, back. And then we can try the other side as well. Back. Just nice and easy. Forward and back. This is like a fulcrum. That's my fulcrum, my planet foot. And later, when you start getting stronger, your knees can be bent a little more. You turn forward and back. Now I'm going to start integrating that same hip movement, this, into the shikodachi, okay? So when I do that, again, you don't need to start really low. This is fine. I'm going to use that same hip movement. Pull that foot back. I'm focusing here. My tummy is nice and tight, the leg goes for a ride. That way. Okay? That's a lot to get you started with, but I'll give you one more because I know you guys are sharp. The last one that I like to practice is just from this position, doing my front kick, placing your leg behind. When you come down into the the shikodachi position, everything needs to be tight. So you're loose as I'm coming through the movement. I'm loose here, I put my foot back, I'm still loose, lock everything in right at the end. Okay, so I go here, kick, step back, lock it. Do the other side, kick, kick. I'm putting my foot down with intention. As I do my kick, I'm not just letting my foot fall anywhere. I'm pulling it back, I'm using power, I'm kicking. After getting into that front knee, turn the body. This is a good conditioning exercise. Kick, turn. Well, later on, I can do it this way, looking in the same direction since a lot of our kata has that movement in it. Kick. That way. All right, thank you, ladies. I hope you get some value out of that video. Arigatou gozaimashita.